and we'll kind of go from there.
On everything?
What's that?
Starting recording?
Why? Recorded right now?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do like the already recording thing. I hate that.
Why?
Because it's so stupid. I hate
Are
it.
you not going to cut it a little bit?
No.
No, we're taking this pretty raw.
I love it.
Just cut it and then.
I
love
hate
it.
I hate
and it's
asking.
a merchandise opportunity.
No,
later
it's
if
not.
you build it
We're
up.
never gonna have an Are We Recording shirt.
Why not?
We're never gonna have
Why
that.
not?
Because nobody cares that much.
Are we recording, Chase?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Of course, we're not gonna cut it because I made a big deal.
No,
out
we're
of
not
that.
going to cut it.
We're never going to.
We will have an Are We Recording
No,
shirt.
we're not.
If we keep it up, we will.
That's what I'm fucking saying. Thank
He's
you.
keeping it
God.
up.
Never.
Craig's trying to move towards a better sense of production.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. You base your entire career on lack of professionalism, and now
Are you kidding me?
now you want to?
Well, dude, I mean, it's
No,
just
you
like
want-
every fucking time we start. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Every time
And
we're
he needs to
recording.
make
Yes,
sure
You just
that
saw him
we're
click the button. Of course.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to I'm Stutter Craig for Side Scrollers. Yeah, we're consistent. We're starting it the same way every episode. Are we recording?
We know we never had a side scrollers.
What?
A T-shirt that said, "Hey, I'm starting Craig. Welcome to Side
It's because
Scrollers."
Side Scrollers wasn't fucking marketable.
Oh man.
Are we recording is marketable. Like that is it's gonna have
Hey,
it's
Sam,
gonna be a
how are
gray
you, dude?
shirt. It's gonna be a gray shirt with a bright red dot on it, gonna look like a Japanese sun. And it's gonna say "Are we recording?" ? And then in parentheses below that it's gonna say the shirt.
Real quick, are you just saying? Did you just
shirt.
say?
It's gonna
Hold on.
say- it's gonna
I
go-
just want to be really clear. Did you just say it's gonna look like a bright Japanese sun? Then say, "Are we recording?" I think that's what you just
That
said.
was
I think that's what I heard.
Are
Did
we
you hear that
recording?
too?
I did.
Yes, you did. That's
Okay,
exactly.
so that's the shirt.
I don't know.
It's
That's a racist shirt.
That's
No,
racist
it
as
isn't.
fuck.
No, it isn't.
If you put rec below the circle, it doesn't look like a Japanese shirt.
Although,
It's gonna be a bright
I think
Japanese
it's
sun.
fine to be looking like that.
It's gonna be dope. Like you get like it on a not like gray like his, but gray, a little darker gray, a solid red recording sign.
I see what you're saying.
In yellow. Are we recording ? And then in parentheses.
Are we recording?
No. Are
Then are
we
you gonna put some
recording?
slanty eyes
I
on the red
said
dot?
We, you cocksucker.
God
It says,
damn.
"Are we recording?" And in parentheses, it has to say the shirt under it, just so you fucking know that I win. All right.
And when nobody buys it, I will then win. It'll be great.
No,
Then
nobody
you both lose.
No, then we both lose if nobody buys it.
Oh no,
of
I
bad
will have
English,
won because
though.
I vetoed the entire idea from the
This
start.
shirt will be
Well,
the downfall of
with
GameSack.
with his Are we recording? We have a restaurant near us that's like impossible to say. It just closed actually. It was Aha Rirang. And,
What?
Like, yeah,
What?
Aha Rirang. Like it was an Asian restaurant, and it was like you couldn't say it without sounding like
It
you're
sounded
trying
like you
to
were
be funny.
like laughing at the name of a restaurant.
Yeah, because you're like,
Rirang.
you know, or it's like, or like they just called you up like Aha Rirang, like you know, like we don't know, but every time you went there, it's like y'all want to go to Aha Rirang, and everyone's like, huh?
being
And of course,
fucking
Chad
racist.
makes a joke about it, but you know.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Try Our Podcast number 58. Busy week this week because we have Sam Mitchell here
Hi.
from Screw Attack. No, it's not .com anymore.
No,
Just Screw Attack. Yeah, from Screw Attack. So he's up
.coms are
here.
dead.
Yeah.
What's that?
.coms
are dead.
Yeah.
Unless roosterteeth.com, you go over there and
Well, they got a big one.
they do. It's a big one.
God damn it. Chase,
are we
pick that
recording?
up and hang up.
All right, guys. This episode is brought to you by two wonderful sponsors, Bombas and Felix Gray. We'll be talking more about them, but as always, they support us, so please support them.
Yes.
Also want to let everybody know that we have 25% off all of our merchandise
Nice.
in the store on Friday, which this will air on Saturday. So on Monday, 25% off all of our merchandise for Cyber Monday. So if you're looking
Including
for
the
some
new G1
sweet,
V-neck that
Yep.
hides your nipples. That's pretty neat.
yep, or the this shirt is $7.50 in the
Yeah.
store. So yeah, you can pick up some good
Throw
stuff.
quarters at us. Pick up.
That's a
pick
great way
up
to do
that
it.
Dave Bacon shirt.
Yep, Dave Bacon looks good. It's a nice blue shirt.
And the silly pints are on, and those are durable as shit. Those are awesome.
You can run over them in cars and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I don't know. We got all sorts. You want to talk about the 11 days of Game Attack, or do you just want to mention that real quick, or say it's coming?
Yeah, we're gonna hire John. Actually, we're gonna splurge. We're gonna invest some money in John for like a week, and we are gonna power edit content that hopefully will be available via your guys' patronage on the Patreon. We're gonna do a couple of Evil Craigs, 3 Evil Craigs, 4 edited gameplays. I think
That's 7.
that's 7 already. No, we're gonna do 3 edited gameplays, 2 4 plays, 3 Evil Craigs, and 3 Tap That apps.
Yep. So we're gonna invest in and hopefully people becoming patrons.
Yes.
Because they give them a sneak peek of what we could unlock all the time.
Yep.
So to be clear, we're very much losing money on this.
No, we're not. Well, yeah. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
But it's an investment. It's not losing money.
Yep.
If we can bring in some new
Yeah,
patrons.
exactly.
So
Anyway, so just want to give you a heads up on that. That'll be the 11 days leading up to Christmas.
I'm hoping to get up a hot and ready by December 4th on a Monday.
Ooh, baby.
So
Cool. So what's up, Sam?
Just chilling.
Sweet.
My life never
usual.
changes.
Nothing changes.
My life never changes.
I go to work. I do whatever they tell me to do. I go home and play some video games.
What are you playing?
Battlegrounds.
Yeah, a lot of Battlegrounds, huh?
All the time. Y'all never play with me. I don't know why.
We'll play with you. This is what I was told. I was told you're not allowed to play with us.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
he can't play with us if he has a personal channel.
Do you have a personal channel that you stream on?
No.
Good. You can play with us every night.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. See you tonight.
Yeah, is there some weird stuff with that?
Yeah. There's like conflicting stuff. Like that's why Alfredo can't play with us anymore.
Yeah, we play with Alfredo. It's fucking awesome. Now we can't.
Yeah.
I see. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
But I don't have a personal channel.
The
so I
rules.
don't know
Okay,
any of
good.
those rules.
Good. You can stream with us all the
I'm
time.
just a guy.
You, Vanessa, and Craig
Yeah.
tonight.
Probably Danny.
Yeah.
Big ol' happy
Danny's
family.
always around.
Yeah.
Do you have off today?
Yes.
You have off? Okay.
Yes.
So.
I'm going on a date with my wife for the first time in 6 months.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Cool. I'm doing customs
I'm
all
so
night.
fucking off. You don't even know.
Fucking off what?
Of work.
Well, he's
Oh,
on right now.
Yeah.
I thought you meant
Be
like.
off later.
I thought
Oh,
you meant like your fucking is off. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
you meant.
No. My fucking's on.
I thought he was fucking off. Like.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. But like tonight was his opportunity to get back fucking on.
To get
Oh
off.
yeah.
Yes, to ultimately get off, John. Yes, correct.
Like
My fucking's
fucking
actually been
was
better
off.
since we went independent because I see her less, and so the moments are more special.
Congratulations.
Yeah. It's
That's
wonderful.
You have to be very
That's
proud of
the
yourself.
Yeah,
the
must be
key
very proud of
to
yourself.
the perfect marriage is scarcity of each other. Like,
Seeing each other occasionally on
you
a
don't
good time.
see each other enough to get pissed off at each other, so it's fine. You're great.
Yeah.
Just remain strangers that kind of know each other.
But
Yeah, that's the
Keeps
key.
the mystery. Yeah.
That's the key to life.
So we had a conversation this week on one of the streams that I would love to open up to everybody here. And this has to do with my viewing of Indiana Jones.
Okay, yeah.
I went through and I watched. Have you seen the Indiana Jones films?
all of them, but the Crystal Skull.
Oh, you have not. Okay, that's the thing. This conversation is primarily around Crystal Skull.
I know all the plot points and stuff. So
Okay, so primarily this film is thought of as like total shitbag, right?
Yeah.
And I went through and I watched Indiana Jones 1, 2, 3, and 4 in order. Okay, from beginning to end, and
you had some spare time.
yeah,
We watched in like half-hour increments.
yeah.
That's how it goes.
It was like here and there, and I went through and I finally made it through. And I went through and I've kind of ranked them in order, right? My order is Last Crusade is number 1,
Of course.
and then the first one, and then Crystal Skull, and then Raiders. Which
And Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom. I'm sorry, Raiders is the first one.
Yeah.
Temple of Doom is the second one. I think the second one is shitbag, right? I think it's like not even a good film. I think it's just stupid and
For me,
whatever.
it only gets good like right at the halfway point.
But like
Yeah.
Crystal Skull is the one everyone's like, "Ooh, it's not an Indiana Jones film." And my thing is like, it's very much an Indiana Jones film. Like it's Indiana Jones to a T. It's ridiculous. It's campy. It's stupid.
But
And-
in some areas they go too far.
Like what?
Way too inspired.
Fucking
Inspired.
I'm telling you, it's too inspired. There's uninspired and then there's inspired. Where it's so fucking inspired. Whereas you like that?
Yeah, I do.
It's just like
Too inspired.
yeah.
like he survived some crazy stuff. But a fucking atomic bomb inside of
Like,
a
Everybody
Craig
fucking brings this
Raider.
up. Like, who the fuck cares?
well-
He fell down a fucking. He fell from an airplane down in a raft onto a mountain of ice and didn't even like. Everyone's like, oh, okay, let's go, keep on going.
Yeah,
And
but
then they
here's
landed in a river, went down
people-
fucking 3 waterfalls in the same sequence,
That
and they're
is
still
so
fine.
much more believable than an
'cause-
atomic bomb in a fridge.
people have actually fallen out of planes, hit the ground, and lived.
Yeah.
They've
And
had, like,
that
every
mountain
bone
was
Without a
broken.
parachute, Craig.
But
Yeah.
if you nuke a fridge, that motherfucker's not going to be
It
there.
was lined
It's
with
never-
lead.
But
Yeah.
but even so, he would have been torn apart inside when it
Absolute-
flying
dude.
all the way up and crashing around.
Absolutely, but you know what? They would have been so many broken bones, so many
Yeah.
like they would have been dead just by the impact of the
But no, because
raft.
the Winter Olympics are coming up in February. Watch some of the ski launches because of like they go fucking high and fast because of how they land.
And you know what? That
don't-
raft doesn't hit like this. It lands on a slope.
Yeah.
Like
They go down 3 fucking waterfalls after that.
God damn it,
Nobody
you
even
idiot. Yeah, it's water,
leaves.
B. I've been hit
No
by water
one
before,
even
never
falls down. No one even leaves the raft until
I
the
see,
last
like,
waterfall.
Look, I know Craig.
Anyways,
he's
whatever,
Going,
we got-
he's going
but-
into his mode.
and the thing is,
he is going into the just to play devil's advocate.
no, I'm not. I thought it was a not bad film. I thought it was a decent Indiana Jones film. It actually got me excited for the idea of a 5th film coming out, which they are going to do.
For me, when I first saw Crystal Skull, I was like, it was all right.
Yeah, me too.
But then like a year went by, and I saw it
Just
again.
out of nowhere.
Saw it again, and it was like, it's a bad taste in my mouth. It was not right. It felt like a sham. And if you ever watched like the Red Letter Media review of it, it's totally absurd, but they go like into detail and stuff. And like he finds these good interviews of like video interviews, he's not like messing with like written words of Steven Spielberg basically being like, for the previous films, George would come to me with these crazy ideas, and like he wanted this and this, but I had to be like, how about we take that one small part of it and kind of build on that. But for this one, I was just like, sure, George, whatever. And lo and behold, you get a big heaping pile of shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't a pile of shit though.
It was a pile. It was like manure on the ground.
See, but with that said, I would take that statement that George Lucas went to Steven Spielberg and said, "Hey, I want that. This is what the Indiana Jones film should have been from the start. If that's how it was.
No,
like this is
because
at
then
its
it
core
wouldn't
is
have
more
been
indie than
even,
anything.
Even then, it's not what it was, though.
Yeah, and it's not why. The reason they were good is because George Lucas is a great idea man, and Spielberg is a great director, and so he directed these crazy ideas into good ideas. But this time, for the 4th one, he was just like, "Sure, George, whatever you want." He didn't filter out the bad to get to the good.
I'm just saying.
Let it all go.
Here's how I know personally that it is not an Indiana Jones film.
Okay.
Please. Look, at all the Indiana Joneses, Raiders, Temple of Doom, and Crusade. Like
Okay.
they were my Saturday morning cartoons. Like, I know them. Like, I've watched them. I could not count. If the statistic on that was like 50 times each or less, I would be surprised like hell. I've watched them so many times, even as an adult. We marathoned them. Me, John, and Nick. We marathoned 1, 2, and 3 like 4 months ago.
Yeah, right before.
Right before the
Nick moved
move.
to Austin.
And like after that, like a month later, I put in Crystal Skull. I couldn't finish it. I was so bored and just like, this is dumb. Like this is like, it's just not. It's not the other films at all. Not
Plot
even
and the
close
characters
in
are all over
quality.
the
Like
place.
it is not an Indiana Jones film. Kate Blanchett's like completely wasted and shitty. Like, what's with her telekinetic powers? Like, what's with Shia LaBeouf? What's with like, man? It's just
all
like
those monkeys with the monkey with the pompadour, and there's a bunch of really weird stuff. There was a lot of good ideas that could have been executed really well.
Is it silly? Yes, it's silly. But can we just all agree that it's better than the second one? Because it is better than the second one.
I haven't seen Temple of Doom in a long
I don't
time.
know.
We just said something because I've gone out of my way to watch Lost Ark. Fairly recently.
Yeah.
But like I've never been like, ooh, Temple of Doom's on. Like I just
Yeah,
don't care.
Temple of
Like, it's
Doom-
fine. It's whatever. Like,
I don't know. It's just it's not even fun to watch. Temple of Doom to me, it's not
Yeah,
even
that's
fun.
how my mother feels.
they have
about
that
it, but,
one
like,
scene where he chops the bridge, right?
Yeah,
that was fucking
that
awesome.
one's good.
Yeah.
That's the one scene in that one that's dope.
I
Yeah,
think the last third act of Temple of Doom is fine.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
totally.
like once they get into the mines and stuff. Like the fight scene on the conveyor belt with the big dude. Did you know that big dude on the conveyor belt is the same big Nazi?
Yeah,
It's the same actor. But like in the minecart chase hasn't aged well, but like
It's fun though.
it's fun. And then like the bridge scene's awesome. Like he's fucking
yeah.
Indiana
No,
Jones-
I agree. Those,
Well,
those
yeah.
are
Steven
great scenes.
Spielberg's least favorite, up until at least Crystal Skull, was Temple of Doom.
Yeah. And so like
that was his least favorite one.
Craig would argue that like what Steven Spielberg thinks or had interacted with George Lucas is moot. Is that right? Like you don't think any of that matters in how one should interpret?
Well, no,
the film?
I think that if the guy who's writing it, like I
Well,
realize
he
that
didn't write it. It was just his idea.
The guy who made it, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, it's tough, right? Because I think everybody who has really great ideas, they need somebody to be able to say, "Okay, come on back," right?
Uh-huh.
But if that person isn't there, in this case, he wasn't or didn't care to be.
Yeah, he didn't stop getting to it.
If the guy who was creating it, coming up with all these original ideas to begin with, that's how we originally wanted it to be, and then this movie is pretty much what he wanted it to be. Like, first off, we wouldn't have been in a fourth movie, right?
No,
Yeah.
been
But-
on the second film.
But at its core, you could argue that is as pure as Indiana Jones as you can get. With
The problem though is that it was such a strong collaboration.
Yeah,
between
but
the
that's
two of
like
them.
saying like when you go up to like a soda fountain thing and you just get the Coca-Cola syrup and no soda and you're like, this is as pure as you're gonna get. It's like, yeah, but that's not the fucking point of soda.
That's actually
that's
pretty
a
good.
horrible analogy.
That's pretty good.
that's
Okay,
spot on.
so you're saying that
It's
George
raw.
Lucas
It is raw.
George Lucas
or
is
like
the
say you want
Part of making it is obviously the process of Spielberg being there and like directing it and etc. So
sure, but he chose not to
that's-
be a part of it in the
to,
fourth one.
To,
Yeah.
to refine
Yeah.
to refine his metaphor, imagine you want like a cocktail. It's like, oh, I want like a vodka martini or something. Well, if your goal is just to get drunk, why not just drink straight vodka?
Yeah.
But if you want to enjoy the process, get a martini, get a
Get
mix,
some
get
Spielberg
some kinda-
mixed in there.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Have something else to direct the bitter vodka that's gonna get you drunk. Enjoy your process of getting drunk as opposed to just I'm just gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nukes and
Main-
fridges.
Mainlining
Yeah.
it. Groundhogs at the beginning.
But also look at Star Wars. Quick note of Star Wars, Star Wars 4, 5, and 6, the original trilogy. Lucas had to step back for 5 and 6. 5 being regarded as like the best Star Wars, and 6, the second best.
the guy who made RoboCop.
Yeah.
Or no, he didn't. RoboCop 2.
Yeah.
He went from Empire Strikes Back to RoboCop 2.
But
The director.
But
Urban
that
Christian.
was George Lucas giving his ideas, which were obviously awesome, changed pop culture forever.
Yeah.
But then you get him coming back for 1, 2, and 3, where no one told him to be like, "Hey, maybe you should pull back on that."
I'm
And
glad
then
you
get
brought
the-
up Star Wars.
And then you get the terrible 1, 2, and 3 film.
I'm glad you brought up Star Wars.
And then Disney kicked him out. They don't talk to him about.
they
7,
bought
8,
it.
9.
They bought it from him.
Exactly, and they don't listen to him. Like Lucas was like, they don't want any of my ideas. Like, well, why do you think? And then they made 7, which was awesome, and 8 looks fucking badass. So that they cut out they took the idea man's idea, and they made it good.
So I'm gonna do Star Wars next. I'm gonna start on 4 and then go through the series.
Why not start on 1?
Well, because 4 is 1.
But chronologically speaking,
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3 are the story of
Why not
Anakin
watch
becoming
the
Darth
story
Vader.
in chronological
Oh, so
order?
I should start on 1? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how Lucas wants you to watch them.
Okay, then I'll do that then. That's
Yeah.
fine. I'll start on 1 and go
Because then
through.
it just keeps getting better.
Because I haven't seen 7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
7's really good.
7's solid.
Yeah,
Have
this
I?
way it's just gonna keep getting better for you.
Have I seen 7?
Either way,
Maybe.
you got 8 coming out soon, which
Yeah,
looks awesome.
That's how memorable it was for me, right? And I didn't see the one like last year where there's trying to destroy
Oh,
the
Rogue
Death Star or
One.
whatever.
That was
Yeah,
fun.
that's on Netflix. I keep looking at it and going,
If you want to
It's
include that in
fine.
your marathon, do 1, 2, 3, Rogue One, and then 4, 5, 6.
maybe I will. Maybe
Yeah.
I will.
Far less complicated than the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, far less. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Ironically so.
I know.
You would think Star Wars, like the greatest space epic of our time, would
Yeah.
be, a little bit more complicated than Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
But no, man, that Dominic storyline, woo!
Speaking of epic, dude.
That was good. This episode of the Triad Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Felix Gray. Look, you've seen me stream with them pretty much every night. We stream at night. They are Felix Gray glasses. They are wonderful. No matter what you do for work, you're always staring at a screen, just like I am right now. That can lead to dryness, migraines, blurry vision. You need to protect your eyes. And guess what? Now you can with a pair of computer glasses from Felix Gray. Felix Gray's lenses are specifically designed to filter blue light and eliminate glare from screens, which are two of the main culprits behind digital eye strain. I've talked about this many times on stream, but they're awesome. My pair, prior to wearing them, I had headaches all the time, probably for 2 weeks while we started up streaming at night. And since I got my Felix Gray glasses, I wear them every night. People say it's odd seeing me in glasses, but I'll tell you what, it's not odd having no eye strain at all. I have no headaches. I haven't had a headache a single time since I started wearing them. It's great. So Felix Gray glasses, their frames are handcrafted from premium Italian acetate. That's the same stuff that Versace uses. So you see me, I do look good in them. So and I honestly never thought I'd look good in glasses, which is good.
Can't wait for that day.
It's going to be good. Everyone can benefit from wearing a pair of Felix Grays. Their glasses are available in both non-prescription and reading lenses, but I hear prescription are coming soon. So just a heads up. All orders are free shipping and free returns, so you got nothing to lose except that annoying eye strain. Give your eyes the break they deserve. Go to felixgrayglasses.com/tryhard to try a pair of Felix Gray computer glasses and discover a smarter way to work. That's felixgrayglasses.com/tryhard. felixgrayglasses.com/tryhard. Give it a try, guys. Like I said, they support us. Please support them.
You said you had a doctor story for us, Sam.
Yeah, I do. So, I moved, and with moving, you have to get a new doctor, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'd been sick for a while, and I had like this lingering cough, and I had like a weird pain, right?
Where at? What's
Like-
that? What's this mean?
Like I would have guessed like maybe kidney-ish or something like that, right? And
We
then-
recording? You checking? Is that what that was? Checking to see we're recording?
And anyway,
You were, weren't you?
I want actually. Yeah, we're recording.
so I get this new doctor, right? And I go to this place, and I'm like, I'm gonna do the physical and everything, get all this shit out of the way because I haven't had one in like 3 years. So
Yeah.
I go to talk to the nurse. The nurse dude is like asking all these questions. He's like, "What's up with this? Like, how long you been coughing? And like, what about this this thing, the side pain you have?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And
Sam, you got the cancer?
no,
Okay.
but so I figure I'm going to have to do, they haven't put me in a gown yet. So I'm like, all right, probably not going to be anything like that. I'll be fine. Then comes my doctor.
Mhm.
I don't know, like I might have literally had my jaw drop, like just painfully good looking, right?
The guy?
Good guy?
The lady.
The lady.
Oh,
okay.
no.
Like my age, just grade A, right? And so I was like, oh no. Like I've mentioned weird pain and I'm here for a physical. This might get interesting. And then so
Should you go take off your pants?
we're
before?
talking, well, we're talking about all this stuff and like how,
Like
and
what?
she's like, well, just about coughing and stuff. And then she gets the last one. She's like, so I need to check if that pain or not is a hernia. And I'm like, okay, what's that mean? She was like, I'm going to have to see your scrotum. And I was like, okay. And then she checks. And then like, I'm like, this is awkward, right? And also, she's really pretty, so everything's just even more awkward. And then it gets worse, because she's like,
Sam, get your mic a little close to your face.
you don't have a hernia, but I'm worried it could be a problem with your prostate. And
Oh,
so instantly,
no!
I'm like, no!
No!
And then so
Oh, no.
I look at this lady, and I'm like, oh, really now? And she's like, yeah, so...
And I have to examine it with my mouth.
Well, and then she's just like, I assume you know what that means, right? And I'm like, yeah, I got an idea. And so she's just like, well, if you just want to give it a few days and see if the pain goes away, we don't have to do it, you know. But I kind of think we should check it out. And then so I look her dead eye, or I'm like, if you really want to check it out, we can do that. And then she goes, oh, we'll wait a few days. And like I kind of felt dejected, right? Like I was like, no, man. Like if like I just
Did you say it in a way that she could have read it as a legit pass?
Well, yeah, probably. Like I wasn't trying to smash with doctor. I just still felt a little dejected. Like I'm not a weirdo. I'm not gonna like be like, I'm gonna fuck my doctor. Like, I'm not even into like the weird medical.
Just so
porn
you know,
variety.
if you didn't know, she was gonna have to stick her finger up Sam's asshole.
Yes. But luckily the pain went away. I think my
Damn
thought
it.
was I was taking too much Dayquil because I was sick for a while, and I was
hopped up
messing
on
with my
Goofballs?
kidney.
Why don't you just be like, the pain's still there, doc. I need you to check it.
Well, I don't. I'm not really keen on
Yeah, if you gotta get a
ass
finger
play
up your
anyway,
butthole, might as well be
so-
a hot lady doctor.
Yeah, I'm totally into that. I'm just the fact that
Or
she
whatever
didn't
you're
want
into.
to was the part that was like I was like, oh,
I remember the last time I got my prostate checked. It was by like a white Michael Clark Duncan. It was not cool, dude.
I went in.
The John Mulaney
I went in and got my first physical in probably 5 years, probably 6 weeks ago, and I totally forgot about the whole turn your head and cough thing. And he's like, "All right, take off your pants," and I was like, "Oh yeah," to go. And he goes, and no joke, he goes, "You got some nice balls."
What?
The doctor said
No,
that
he
to me.
didn't.
I swear to God.
Fucking liar.
I swear to God. He said, "You got some nice balls." I was like, "Sweet."
Why would he say that?
Just because he was
I guess he's
checking.
got
I
nice
wish
balls.
my doctor had said
I
that.
know. Like I was like, "Sweet." Yeah.
Those balls are smooth as eggs.
Smooth sex.
It's like if you seen was that movie with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, the stepdad or whatever, stepdads or whatever. I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
stepdads.
yeah,
Daddy's home.
Daddy's
Yeah,
home. Yeah. He goes in and Mark Wahlberg's like this picture of physical health, and
Yeah.
and Will Ferrell is like this impotent guy, and,
Yeah.
and they go. Have you seen that before?
I know the movie you're talking about. I've never seen
So
it though.
so he goes in and Mark Wahlberg is like the stepdad, or he's the real dad, and Will Ferrell's like the stepdad. He's kind of a big pussy, but Mark Wahlberg's like this charismatic, just muscle man, and
Yeah.
he knows this like top fertility doctor, and he sends Will Ferrell and his hot wife there, and he walks in. He's like, look, the doctor's saying this to Will Ferrell. He's like, you got some nice balls here, but they need to be like, hey, Mark, come over here. And he gets Mark. He's like, come on over here and let me show you what you're supposed to be like. And he's like, Doc, are you sure about this? He's like, yeah, come on over. He's like, you do this all the time, Doc. And he like he goes up there and he pulls down his pants, and everyone's like, oh my gosh. So he takes him and he lifts up his dinger, lifts it up, and he's like, check this out. This round and bulbous and wonderful, and it's just a real funny scene. It's great.
Weird.
It is weird.
It's great. It was an outstanding scene.
God.
Anyways, so your doctor is just a real fucking weirdo. Then.
I don't know. I just
Yeah.
I
Just
thought,
going around slinging
Greg, you
compliments
got
on
some
nut
nice
sacks.
balls.
like-
oh yeah, well, I'm sure he sees lots of nutsacks on a day-to-day basis. You know.
yeah, that's what I
Greg
want
Craig's
now.
top
I
tier.
just got questions like, how many nut sacks is he complimenting? Like,
But I don't know. I
were
mean,
you really that much better than the other ones?
I just took it as a nice compliment. I was like, thanks,
I
man.
guess.
You
Nice
say that to
balls.
all the guys.
Like,
don't you?
yeah.
Say that to all of us.
I don't think anyone's ever told me I have good or bad balls.
No, you get like the post shower balls. You know, they're just like they're as loose and flowing as they're gonna get. And Chelsea's just like,
Yeah, like that.
I'm like, touch them. They feel weird. she's like,
It's weighted.
Oh.
Like you can lift it so much. It's
Lord.
like if I was to get back in the bath, they would just bob.
yeah.
Well, so
She does curls.
so what happened? Like, so that's the end of the story. You had a hot doctor who.
Yeah, well then she took a bunch of my blood and then turned
So
out.
is she a regular doctor now?
Yeah, she's my regular doctor. Yeah,
nice.
and it's kind of aggravating because she's very attractive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's rough.
but I'm like not an idiot. I'm not gonna try and sleep with my doctor or anything. It's just
Why would you not?
that just seems like you don't try and. Well, A, I have a lady friend. B,
Yeah,
you
I
don't
know.
try and fuck your medical professional.
Why would you not?
I
What's wrong with that?
I just assume that's just like manners, maybe. Like
They will get to know you better than anybody.
Is that
They'll be
doctor etiquette? Like, yeah.
like if you're
Craig
gonna.
coming in with like the most wholesome reason.
Yeah,
you
like
should have
like
to-
they'll get to know you better. They'll get to know your body better than anything. Like let's just say like she's on top of you and she's like, whoa, that's a weird tumor
It
right
is-
there. We need to
it
get that
is
shit done.
really weird because like I went back for like all of my like after like all the blood work and stuff to get all that, and she's the most attentive doctor I've ever had with anything. Like she just goes through everything and she's really nice and like talks through every point. It's weird. I've always had doctors that are like, "Yeah, you're not dying. Go home, pussy." Like, like I've always had shitty doctors, and then she's just like, "Is there anything I can help with?" And I'm like,
Hold
I
on.
feel okay.
Is that like? Is there anything I can help?
I
with?
know.
I know,
She
it's
just
just
said
like-
no to fingering his ass. I
Yeah.
think she's
No,
not
but-
interested, Craig.
But maybe she's not interested just in that instance of
"Yeah,
fingering.
she's not gonna be like, oh, are your big dumb balls full?" Like, that's not gonna fucking help.
Big dumb balls full.
I think I stole that from a comedian. I
Young,
know
dumb,
I've heard
and full
that
of
line
cum.
before.
Young, dumb, full
Yeah,
of cum.
but like, yeah, that's not happening. I'm not an idiot.
I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna give it a go, you might as well give it a go.
I'm not gonna give it a
if you
go.
didn't have a lady friend, you know,
I just have an oddly attractive doctor. Like, I kind of want an ugly one.
it's kind of like that Dr. Pimple Popper lady, right?
Yeah, the lady. Have you seen Dr. Pimple Popper?
No,
She's a dermatologist who started posting videos of her patients' pimples getting popped. I mean the real nasty shit. Like
It's a YouTube thing or what?
yeah, it's a YouTube thing and an Instagram thing. It's like, oh, there's a tiny blackhead, but it's
And then,
actually
yeah.
been there for like 17 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when she pops it, it's like little blackhead, like golf ball chunk of grossness comes out. So she's super hot. She's like this Asian doctor, and she's like the hottest thing ever. And she pops pimples.
She has like 3 million subscribers on YouTube. Like,
Oh, that's weird.
it's crazy. And I found out that the little tool that she uses, you're like, man, listen, like she does this thing. She puts it on your skin, and it's like this.
It's like a little hoop. It's about the size of a bobby pin, like the hoop, the
I think
loop
I've
part.
seen it before.
Yeah, Chelsea has a full kit because of her classes.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're like $13 at Walgreens.
Yeah.
Like I thought they'd be some like super medical.
I think it's in the technique, dude, though, because I've been trying to, like, if I have like an arm's it or something, I'd be like wiggling
little
it.
ingrown hairs every now and then. They're really annoying.
Yeah, I'd be wiggling it. It doesn't happen like that. When she gets it all out.
Got the magic touch.
It's really magic when it's just like it looks like a mosquito bite. It doesn't have a head or anything, and she lances it. She just like does a little
Yeah, I
incision.
don't do the lance thing, dude. That's fucked up.
Really? You don't
Yeah.
like that? And like she just pops out this like marble-sized chunk of dead dirt clogged in your pore. It's fascinating stuff. But sometimes it comes out and then the pus comes out and then it oozes like the red stuff.
It's the best. It's gross, but
It
makes your skin crawl, but it's the best.
Yeah, for Chelsea, she says it makes her like it like calms her down. It's just
cathartic?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cathartic. It's very
Yeah.
soothing.
Weird.
And that's what I think. That's actually what most people
I think those
say
people
about it.
like I've watched probably 4 or 5 of those videos, right? Only after suggestions from you.
Yeah.
I know there's a category of that too where they get shit out of people's ears.
Oh god.
Yeah, and
the
there's
same
also
stuff.
a lady who's performs autopsies
Oh no.
on Instagram.
That's
and
fucked
she's
up.
like, watch this. You cuts a dead body open.
Oh
That's
no
wild.
thanks.
I know, dude. And she's like got bangs and like glasses, like tattoos. She's like super badass.
Like the
and
girl
hot.
from that fucking NCIS or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's like you're
Yeah.
not a scientist. Like
Yeah.
if
Yeah, but
I
she
was
totally
that-
is, 'cause
if
she's
I
there
was that
doing it.
attractive, I would not be smart even. Like maybe I just shoot lower than most
Yeah.
people, but I would have just been an idiot. Like I would have just cruised by in that bubble.
But could you imagine like having a nice little dermatology firm all on your own, and then it's like, oh sweet, I also have a huge YouTube channel that's completely self-sustained. What
Yeah.
were you saying about the
doctors
videos? I'm
don't
sorry.
have
Well, no, I was just gonna say like there's that level of like let's get a few blackheads. Then there's the ridiculous level where there's a cyst on the back and it's like and it's like flying out.
Yeah.
Like I have zero interest in that and watching that. Like just.
Do you think
ugh.
she wears like a fold down mask in this situation?
Like a
I don't
welder's
know,
I
man.
would.
Yeah.
She got the riot helmet from PUBG. It's like- man, you know what's also great about It's good to protect your feet.
You're transitioning into these pretty
He's,
well.
he's honest. Yeah, it's top tier. It's pretty good. I'm like, what do you? Oh yeah, this episode is brought to
He
you.
doesn't even know what I'm talking about.
Well, no, because I was ready to talk about John's Twitter story or that he had.
Oh
but,
yeah, we'll do it.
We'll talk about that in just a second. This episode is brought to you by our friends at Bombas, makers of bomb ass socks. So here's the thing: we got the holiday season coming up. Bombas socks, they are the most comfortable socks in the history of feet. Right? Their job is to make your feet feel good. They're made from premium cotton. Bombas stay warm in the winter and cool in the summer. And every pair comes with a built-in blister tab that you love bowling.
It hangs over the shoe. Not like drastically. It's not like a wedding trestle or what do you call it? Just enough
Train,
where you don't get them blisters.
Innovative arch support
Arc.
and stay up technology and a seamless toe. It's good.
Ain't gonna, yeah.
All these things you didn't know you need, it's built in. It's great. They're the gift that keeps on giving. The reason being is that you wear them once and you feel great. It's like this would be a great Christmas gift, right? You pick up and you're ready to go.
Stocking stuffer life hack for you fellas out there. I personally love it when the missus has on underwear and a big comfy sweatshirt and then socks that are pulled up
Knee
high.
highs?
Yeah, not necessarily knee highs, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe sometimes. Who knows?
Sometimes when they fuck with the thigh highs, those are special.
Yes.
So you can also buy a pair of socks, and every time you buy a pair of socks, Bombas will donate a pair to someone in need, which is good. Could be possibly knee-high socks for a wonderful situation like that.
I'm in need of some knee highs.
So spread the holiday cheer with Bombas. They have great discounts when you buy in bulk. Awesome gift box. Holiday-themed socks, even ski socks. Bombas are for everyone, for every occasion, quality and comfort guarantee. Shop today at bombas.com/tryhard and get 20% off your entire purchase. That's right. Thanks to our loyal customers, Bombas is giving everyone 20% off when you shop at bombas.com/tryhard. That's BOMBAS.com/tryhard. Once again, they support us, so please support them. That's bombas.com/tryhard for
Lots of color
20%
options, too.
off. Yes, it's good stuff. So John, you had a story about about Twitter? What?
Yeah, so I put out a poll, and it got like 300 something votes.
Uh-huh.
Pretty good. But basically, it was the poll was I would rather have blank for blood, and the options were mind-controlled spiders, sulfuric acid, pure sunlight, and Jerry Seinfeld's voice. And
I'm sorry. Where did you?
What? Yeah, like why? I read this. I voted for Jerry Seinfeld's voice.
I was rooting for Jerry Seinfeld, but
Like,
sunlight,
why those choices? Like, what were you thinking of?
Yeah.
So
What
I
made you
mean,
go Jerry Seinfeld?
like, what was I thinking of? Like, how would each work?
Yeah, what were you doing? Like, what are you talking? Like, what made this happen? Like, what?
Just thought.
See, for most human beings, John, there's an entire process that you skip.
Yeah.
It's called thought, and and so like, what were you looking at or doing when this started filling your noggin?
Like, I used to have this like fun idea of like, what if your blood were like a bunch of tiny little metal spiders that you could control?
Like nano,
Yeah.
what do you call them?
Nanobots.
Yeah.
Nanobots, yeah.
Nanomachine nanobots. So like, if you were a spy or just like whatever, you could like cut your finger a little bit and like bleed out some of these spiders and then go spy on someone, or like have them like unlock a door or something for you. Use your own blood as like a weapon. So that thought came back into my mind. I don't know where that one came from. It was just a dumb idea.
Yeah.
That came back in mind. I was like, well, what would the people want for blood? So mind control spiders was
I'm pretty
all I
sure
could
we
fit.
just like to keep it fucking blood, but you know.
Well, yeah. But like, if you gotta bleed, I mean, so like, pure sunlight. Pure sunlight.
Nobody's gotta bleed. Like,
Well, that's not true. Most women do actually.
well,
but-
yeah,
brings
that
you to a
is
great
okay.
point.
Okay,
And that,
Yeah,
that's where it's really going to be like, that's the part where I do think sunlight is going to be okay because you just pussy's going to be a flashlight. But also, like, that would get annoying when you're trying to sleep. You Instead of like a tampon, you'd have to just get like a lampshade. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But really, what gets me is Jerry Seinfeld's voice. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like, you
so-
would just be laying in bed and it'd be like, and about airplane food, and you'd be like, ah, it started. Like,
what a if
What's
if
the deal with periods?
what's the deal with period?
And every time, it's like,
What's
But the great part is that there wouldn't be like blood because it's the actual voice
Yeah.
is the blood. There's no liquid. It's just
Yeah,
the voice.
instead of
oh,
getting blood,
it's like,
if
And if
you're,
you're
gotta put a
pants-
tampon
and
on there.
if you're going
Yeah.
down on somebody, on a woman that's menstruating, like instead of getting blood in your mouth, you get a sunburn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like, shit.
So
Sounds like the
sunlight
grossest
won
thing
by
ever.
5%. Jerry
Yeah.
Seinfeld was second place. Spiders and
What
sulfuric
won?
acid.
Sunlight.
Sunlight, yeah, pure
Because
sunlight.
sulfuric acid would be fucking awful. Of course, that's gonna be last.
Well, obviously, you would be like, well, it's obviously
Like an
to me,
alien.
It'd be like you were like an alien,
Yeah.
like you know Sigourney Weaver, Ripley in the fourth one.
Yeah.
It wouldn't burn inside you; it would burn when it made contact with air. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at this poll right now. It's interesting.
What would Jerry Seinfeld say if he was blood? Like when you got cut?
I just imagine like, what's the deal with bleeding?
What's the deal with
Oh my God!
hemoglobin?
What a terrible accident.
Hemoglobin is
Yeah.
horrible.
Let's start talking about the body and like, you know, repairing itself, like a stand-up routine about like
Your
body
blood
repairing
cells
itself.
have mitochondria.
Yeah. What's up with that?
What's the deal with mitochondria? It sounds like Regis.
why
Everything.
do
is
we
like-
even scab? What's the deal with scabs?
I hope the
Yeah.
scabs soon. There's a lot of me here.
A little Kramer comes in. But yeah, so the people have spoken, and they would prefer to have pure sunlight as blood.
Yeah, well, pure sunlight could also be dope. You'd never really be trapped in like a cave again.
And like when like just tell your like put on your like your driver's license like, don't take my blood out when I die, so when you get buried, like you like feed the earth from the inside with pure sunlight.
Okay.
well, I mean, it would all drain out eventually.
It would eventually, but
You'd
yeah.
also probably see your veins like hella bad.
Yeah,
though,
that
too.
is true.
But you also
You-
might look cool.
We'd
as
look
fuck.
like yellow Dr. Manhattans.
Especially like you're fucking.
We'd be very
if
radiant.
you got a
We'd be
veiny
like,
dick,
uh,
it's gonna be pretty much just like a nightlight 24/7.
We'd all look like angels. I mean, it'd be pretty cool.
I don't know, angels.
Man, could you imagine your dick would look like a totem pole in the night sky? Like it would.
It'd be like those. It'd be like
like if we were two of us, we could
Be
bring
like-
a plane in. It's
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
exactly those little stand, those little.
Yeah,
sticks.
yeah. It'd be
Yeah.
like the glow sticks. You just grab a
Yeah.
dick and then shake it up and then like
Yeah.
it lights up.
Yeah.
No, that's funny. That's funny right there. John,
Yeah, I
you
like
crazy.
it.
Where, why, how? That's all. It's always what I ask when I think of John.
I saw that. I realized I had never done a poll on Twitter. I was like, why not?
How do you do those? I don't know.
You
if
when
I've
you
ever
go to
done
make
one.
a tweet, there's a little the second option at the bottom.
It's like little
next to
bullet
GIF
points.
or picture.
Yeah, I don't really look at things.
Oh yeah, well.
Like I just put
That's your
out like
first
4
problem.
words. Like I don't
I don't
really
really look
use
at things.
social medias very much, anyways. Yeah.
Hey, so we talked about this, but do you want to fill people in on what you're doing down at Screw Attack down in Austin or anything like
my
that?
job.
Sweet, sounds good.
Cool,
Cool,
awesome.
good story.
Yeah.
Paul, you got anything else?
You got anything else?
No, I'm just kidding.
Uh,
How was y'all's Thanksgiving?
Yo, I fucking some turkey, some mashed taters, some stuffing.
I can talk about last night, the Black Friday experience. I was talking about this with Chelsea and how crazy it was like 3 years ago that like stores are gonna be open Thanksgiving night.
Mhm.
That's so fucked up. And then
Now
I was,
everyone's like, whatever.
yeah, now it's like whatever, it's fine, it's just normal.
Mhm.
Like
It will be Black Week eventually. I'm telling
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's February.
it pretty much is. Black Friday deals. It's just like it's a lot like E3. Like eventually, like just like the 2 weeks around it are just gonna be nothing but like sales. Because
Yeah.
like even on like this past Wednesday, I was buying some shit on Amazon because it was like marked down for Black Friday.
I want to see when Black Friday started. Who started it?
Okay.
Like that intrigues me. Just everything about the idea of where it started, who started the tradition, all that fun stuff.
But I went to Best Buy. I wanted to see what their laptop deals were because I'm gonna give Chase my PC and so I can work like you from a laptop, Craig. But I wanted to check out the laptop deals, and like the moving around the store was like actually really efficient. Like Best Buy was doing a good job, and it was really nice to see the managers like the managers were on the floor. I heard like 2 or 3 different people they were definitely like authority figures in Best Buy, but they're like, how you doing over there, Tim? Great, awesome. And then like they were communicating and like it was very well structured. That could obviously not stop the lines from weaving in and out the entire store. So like the experience of shopping was like really wasn't a big deal. It was just like I didn't want to wait 2 hours to check out. But like I feel like culturally this happens a lot where it's like, oh, how could they do that? And then you're like, it's kind
Well, a lot
like,
of places are not that efficient.
yeah, sure.
A lot of places
course.
are just crazy.
I would say most places probably aren't that efficient.
Yeah.
You know, I'm at
And
the
I'm
major.
sure over the years they've gotten the process down better, but for a while there it was totally nuts and
Yeah, I'm sure you go to a place like Big Lots or something, like it's chaos. But
trample
like the
and-
big ones like Walmart and Target and like Best Buy
I
and
mean, last year when I got my laptop, I went to Micro Center like on Friday, and like I just walked in and I was like, guys, have that one.
was it slow, that Micro Center over there in Richardson?
Yeah.
Was it busy?
No, not.
What time
I
did you
mean,
go?
it was
Did you go, like,
busy, but
midnight?
it wasn't like insane. It was just like, you know, there
Yeah,
were like
by the
20
afternoon,
customers
everything's
in the store,
calmed
it was
down.
fine.
Yeah.
it's that first few hours. It's a big part of it is like making people get up, go to work at like 11 to be ready by 12 and all this shit.
Yeah,
like,
totally. But
like,
stuff's
just like,
stuff's
guys,
pushed.
chill out, just go to Black Friday on like normal hours.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's part of it.
It was. I remember. Didn't they have a year where it was like 10 a.m. Thursday? But they've pushed it. Most retailers have pushed back to like 4 or 5 in the afternoon now.
So, according to the internet's information source, Wikipedia, Black Friday is an informal name for the day following Thanksgiving in the United States, which is regarded as the beginning of the country's Christmas shopping season since 1952. And hypothetically, the day where retailers' balance sheets turn black, positive, from red, loss. So, that's kind of fucked up. And the way I read that is that the retailer's been working on a loss for 11 months of the year.
Yeah.
And then the last month is where they make their profit. That's crazy to think. Like,
Some businesses are like that, but yeah.
why would you ever do retail then if you're going to be in such a hole for the entire year? It's nuts to me. Nuts to me.
I talked about this on the Boland's Gamers Club on Patreon, where like when I was a kid, like, you know, I think it's something you forget as adults is like for kids, like special events like birthdays and the holidays, like that's when you get your good stuff to make you last for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like video games for me, it's like I get like 2 video games at Christmas, and then that was like for like 9 months until my birthday in September the next year. So I mean, it makes sense, but yeah, just to imagine like
It's an interesting
retailers just being like, I hope this holiday season's great because it's the only time of year we make money.
Mm-hmm. Hey, can I talk about something else I saw on Twitter?
What's that?
I saw on Thanksgiving, because Twitter is like the place where you go to get mad, I feel. Like, it's the place where you you go and then Twitter shows you something that is really stupid, and you're like, God, what a fucking, this is stupid, right? Because someone's always saying something stupid on Twitter. They're always like, I don't know. It's
I
crazy.
feel like
Social
that's
media.
the entire internet these days.
Yeah, but social media as a whole, right? At least Twitter is that for me. And I saw something that, this is just more of a conversation topic as opposed to me talking about this. It was on Thanksgiving, and it was talking about how for Native Americans, there's groups of Native Americans that feel that that Thanksgiving is a day of mourning and not a day that should be celebrated, right? And the idea that there were people who were like, Thanksgiving is, in theory, the day that the Pilgrims came and they killed and raped all these Native Americans, and for a lot of Native Americans, or for a small section of Native Americans, this is a day of mourning, right? And I thought myself, like, okay, I understand why you're upset about that, right? But then I also thought, like, isn't history written by the victors? Isn't that kind of how it is and will always be, right? The people who win in certain situations. And, like, you look back at, like, America's done some really shitty things over the years, right? Really fucked up things,
Yeah.
To say the
right?
least.
But if you look around, like, the wars that have won, the wars they've won, even like, you look at, World War II. If you were to go in Japan, you'd get an entirely different history of what World War II was, right?
Unfortunately.
Depending on the perspective of where you're at, right?
Yeah.
And I just thought to myself, like, it was really interesting to see that, because historically, we're told Thanksgiving is this day of celebration and hey, let's celebrate the harvest and everyone coming together and family. And there's this, there's a small section of Americans who are like, no, fuck this day. I hate it. And I don't know, it's just interesting to me, just thinking about how history is written by one side and how you pretty much only get the side of the people who win. And I think maybe Churchill, or I think it was Churchill who said something that history is written by the victors, and it's so true.
Yeah.
Just how kind of fucked up everything is. And America thought it was like, yeah, go America. But this is really fucked up, stupid
think
things.
You should check out The Untold History of America by Oliver Stone on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
It goes into a lot of that. It's really good. So I think it's based on this conversation, it's right up your alley. I mean,
Make you a little less patriotic.
way less. I mean, like,
No, dude, I look, everybody's done fucked up things.
Yeah.
And I think that to be the best in the world, you have to do fucked up things sometimes,
Or be
you get to do it
Canada.
all the fucking time.
What's that?
If you want, you don't do it all the fucking time.
Well, if you don't like it, John, you can get the fuck out, all right?
I mean,
America.
There's been a lot of push about educating people on the difference between patriotism and nationalism, and then in the nationalist mindset, then yeah, like sometimes you gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet. But the patriotic mindset is like, we love our country. Tell us about yours. Like it's more like pride in your country as opposed to superiority in your country.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I guess I'm patriotic, at least in the sense of what the American dream tries to be, but I'm nowhere near a nationalist because, I mean, like,
I do not think we are the best.
yeah, not at all. We've done awful
Top
things.
10. Sure.
Yeah, probably top 10.
Yeah.
Still need a lot of improvement, but yeah.
But yeah, I think in regards to the Thanksgiving thing, I can just tell you from my experience yesterday, I did, like, I apologize for this. This offends anybody, but I paid no mind to Pilgrims or Native Americans whatsoever.
Who does?
Or a harvest.
Don't
like,
apo- don't
Yeah,
like
we
don't
don't-
apo-
like,
like
no
you
one
can't
cares
apologize for
anymore.
that.
Yeah,
like,
like
don't apologize because
like that is like, I guess for my current life situation, and like I would probably think it's for most people. And you know who probably thinks about Pilgrims the most at Thanksgiving? Kids. Pilgrims and Native
Absolutely.
Americans? Kids. I think 10 and under are the only group of like Americans that are, with the exception.
Yeah, because that's when they're taught. Like,
Yeah, they're taught,
This
like,
is the history of Thanksgiving.
You had I saw a picture of like Maddie and Kinsey like at like a little, they had like little like pilgrim headbands on and stuff like that, and they were all sitting around, like they had like a little Thanksgiving thing at the table.
Yeah.
I think that's like once you're grown up, like here's what I'm
after
thinking
elementary
of.
school,
Yeah,
really.
I'm thinking of the planning where I'm gonna go to eat, and then looking at online deals. Like that's what I think of when I think of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
For me personally, like, history included as I learned the more proper history of Thanksgiving. But even without the history, like, I've never cared about Thanksgiving but that's also because like I've been vegetarian since I was 8, and then I became vegan 2 years ago. So it's just like I don't want to sit around a fucking dead bird and watch a bunch of eat food. Like, of course I enjoy food, but I'm far from like other people related to my family. Like, they love food like it's a big centerpiece of their life, and it's just like I don't get that. So this whole idea of gorging yourself for a day around a dead bird, it's like, no thanks.
Well, I gorged myself without eating the dead bird yesterday.
Well, I'm just saying, like that, the idea of like what Thanksgiving has become. Obviously, the idea of giving thanks is awesome, but the other parts, for me personally, is just like I don't fucking care.
Well, I think for a lot of my family in particular, it's just an excuse to like I had family in from Lubbock, yesterday. My sister came in from Lubbock and her family, and it's like you get family that you see twice a year,
No, of
Thanksgiving
course.
and Christmas.
It's a family reunion.
For me,
Yeah.
our family reunion is like Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really gather the family together for Thanksgiving anymore. So for me personally, just in the way we used to, because when my siblings lived here and we had family friends come over, that felt different. But these past like decade at least, like it's just
Because
been us
they move, they have their own kids, they're branching
Yeah.
off into their
So-
own family
So
stuff.
multiple
so.
Thanksgiving, multiple
For-
Christmases.
yeah,
Exactly. So for me, like, I've never cared about Thanksgiving.
And
then,
that's
like,
weird coming from you because you know the history behind every fucking holiday ever.
Yeah.
Thanks, I guess. I mean, I fucking love Halloween, obviously.
Yeah.
But Thanksgiving is just like, whatever. For me, it's just a marker of like you're not supposed to decorate before this day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If man, don't even get me started on that,
Yeah.
dude. Don't
What about
even-
you, Sam? Anything
I
else?
don't know. Social media's weird.
Yeah.
I don't like
Well, no,
people
like-
complain a lot.
Yesterday, like we did the prayer before we started eating. My dad stood up and we were at my parents' house. My dad is tearing up because it means so much to have for a few reasons, right? He stood up and he was talking about how he told a really personal story about how he was working really hard on this thing and he couldn't get it right, and he felt, this was 2 years ago, he said he felt like he was just a failure, and he went in and he was eating at some restaurant. And his thing was he wanted to give thanks to the veterans, right? Because he was eating dinner, feeling sorry for himself, and then a veteran comes in being guided by another woman, and he's blind and he's lost pretty much half his face, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, how can I fucking feel sorry for myself? Like, this kid fucking sacrificed his face for me.
Yeah.
And anytime I feel like a failure, I can't fail this kid, and that was his thing,
Uh-huh.
And he, of course, talked about family, and that was his thing. And just overall, his giving thanks for that as a tent pole for
No,
him
that's
this
great,
year.
yeah.
And it was really emotional for him. And it's all when you see a side of a family member that you don't see very often.
Mm-hmm.
I like that was really great for me to see as well.
No, of course.
So
Yeah, definitely, yeah, that sounds
yeah.
awesome. Like, and next year, like, I talked to my mom. I was like, let's make sure we try to. We did try to, contact people to come over and stuff, and everyone was busy. But just gonna. I never think about Thanksgiving until like the week of. It's like, oh yeah, that's the thing.
John, you
Yeah.
coming to Thanksgiving next year?
So I gotta.
John's
make
coming to
sure-
our Thanksgiving next year.
It's too much for me. The whole thing, like, I don't care about like people and emotions very much. So like for me,
Oh,
I'm
really?
just like, let's fuck with turkey. Like I don't want to hear what y'all have to say.
Yeah,
Like, let's sit
usually-
down. Like,
usually,
I don't-
at-
I'm too reclusive.
Usually when
for
human
the,
beings
like,
gather,
I don't want a
congregate in
big
an
gathering
area.
of like extended family and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that stuff. It's so stressful to do big family shit.
I
Like,
have
my family, great. Extended family, too much for me. I'm like,
I understand
don't
that
wanna do
'cause
this. Like,
My extended family is nonsense, but
It's weird. I always feel so
Yeah.
weird because like at Chelsea's Thanksgiving's, like whoever says the grace usually starts crying like mid prayer,
Mm-hmm.
and like
they care so deeply and you don't. It's just
I
funny.
gotta be honest. I'm like, what the fuck are you crying about? Like,
yeah.
like
When you get
we're we're I don't know. It's just like
Yeah, it's just
that's
not-
cold,
I'm just-
dude.
it's just not-
That's cold, man.
I know
It's
but
cold
like,
as fuck. We can because you will in time. You will break through that cold Scrooge-like heart.
Yeah, because
in
you know
time.
me. I'm just
No,
like
it's not the Scrooge like heart though. It's more so it's like why it's the same reason your dad's like I can't really be feeling sorry for myself. Like when people talk about their problems and that stuff, and they like do this like oh give thanks for all this stuff and overcoming these hardships. And it's like bitch, your hardships aren't real. Like
they like I don't know. It's just like especially like when they're in like such a great situation, it seems like I guess that's what's so cold about it. My frigid heart. That's bullshit, dude.
Well,
Don't
no,
say
I'm just
that.
saying, like,
It's just like
they're emotional because they're around family. They're around people they're not around often. They get to see everybody alive. Nobody's dead, hopefully. And if somebody has died, that triggers more emotions because it's the first time you haven't seen them. You know, like, dude, I guarantee this Christmas for Kristen is going to be so fucking hard because her grandpa. This is gonna be the first year her grandpa has not been around.
yeah.
Right, and that's gonna be really fucking difficult for their entire family. The linchpin of their family is not there.
Yeah.
You know, so
They had like a tight family, and everybody seemed to like each other though.
yeah, of course.
Like,
I think most people do.
yeah, I guess.
I think most people like their families. Most people.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
maybe it's just me, like in my family, because like,
I do. I think your
still,
situation's
it's-
unique.
that's
That's what I'm saying. Like, what I was saying about my own situation, like, I don't really care about Thanksgiving. I'm not saying the holiday itself is a sham. So, like, that's why I'm glad to hear yours went so well. Mine wasn't bad this year by any means. It was just like, it was just a day.
Yeah.
We talked, you know.
Yeah.
But it's just person to person.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
it doesn't mean I'm cold. It means
no,
like,
it just you have a different relationship with your family.
yeah, yeah.
You know, and your family to you is not as integral of a part as a lot of people, and that's fine. You know.
They're also just usually
Sorry, I said
mad
cold, but-
stressful days. Like,
Yeah.
you have to do so much on them. It's like,
Yeah.
I hate doing a lot.
Yeah, maybe it's just an emotional outburst from like having to prep all that stuff.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine hosting Thanksgiving.
Dude, fuck that. Especially when it's like 20 people. Like,
Yeah, I know.
gross.
I think there was like, I don't know, probably like 26 people at one of the ones I went to.
Jesus.
We had 30 last
cry,
night.
Just cry from the stress of being done with it.
Oh man.
Oh, thank you, God. It's over. I can go back to my normal life.
pounds of food, huh? Jeez.
It's wicked, man. It's fun. It's a cool experience. I love it. I love everything about the holidays. Love it.
Y'all got mad kids at y'all's joints too, because your brother's got
Having
kids. and
kids
stuff,
helps
and,
a lot.
Yeah, and that's the
I
big.
don't know about that. We got no kids. Like, our shit is like,
Well,
we're
like,
cursing at the dinner table and shit. Like,
for Christmas and stuff, like, for a few years
everyone's
there,
drinking.
Christmas was pretty fucking boring. It was like, all right, it's Christmas, cool. But then when my niece and nephew came around, and as they started getting older, and like, Santa Claus, it's like, oh, okay, it's a little more fun now.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, like, this is the first year that, so I got a 5-year-old, 3-year-old, brother's a 5-year-old, 3-year-old, right? And then we had my niece who's 11 and 13, my two nieces, they were in from out of town. So they're still kids, right?
Yeah.
They're getting to be young adults, but they're old enough to be able to watch the kids and still want to play with the kids. And then we had a couple girls from next door come over who were maybe 6 and 8 come over and play. So, like, it's just nonstop chaos. And it was awesome because we didn't really have to watch them. So they're just running around, and you just hear running around the house, going crazy,
As long
jumping
as
on
they're
each
running,
other.
they're not dead. Like,
Yeah, exactly. They're just upstairs playing, going outside. And it's like, reminds me when I was a kid, getting together with my cousins and stuff,
Yeah.
and just running around being stupid. And playing imaginary war or whatever it is that they do, like it's just fun. And that's what makes, and you're right, like there's a
Having
time
some
period.
rock fights.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. I shot my brother with a BB gun.
Yeah.
Like,
Did it go in his skin?
pelted off his right thigh.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear the extraction story.
But yeah, man,
Dr. Pimple Popper squeezed BBs out of skin.
I'm stoked. Like yesterday was actually really good for me because I feel like this year with everything with Game Attack and the split and going independent, I've been so eyes down, just looking down at what we have to get done on a day-to-day basis that I feel like I totally missed Halloween. Like, and Halloween to me is like one of my favorite holidays. And
Hell yeah.
yesterday was like kind of like, okay, like I'm ready to go now. And I've been so not in the holiday spirit up until like yesterday, but now I'm like, okay, let's do it. Let's turn it on. I'm ready to rock. So maybe get some Christmas tunes on.
Now you're starting the Elf on the Shelf too, right?
In the next couple of days. Yeah. Sally will probably come down from the North Pole and say what's up.
Yeah.
Can I come over and hang out and watch Maddie hide the elf on the shelf?
You want to come over Christmas morning?
Huh?
You want to come over Christmas morning?
I might be out of town. I'm not sure if I'm going to see my mom or not. But like, it'd be pretty cool just to watch Maddie do. I want to see what the elf on a shelf experience is like firsthand. This must be pretty awesome.
It's fun.
Like, that's something I never see. Well, this happened to me the other day. Like, because I've always been like kind of on the children thing, right?
Huh?
the other day, like one of the first times in my life, I saw this little kid. I was at a Target, and there's this little kid, and he was like crawling in the cart, and he was acting like it was a car, and he was like fucking adorable. And I look like I dead eye this child. I'm like, I give this little smile. I'm like, that's a cute kid. And then he goes, Dada, and I'm like, oh fuck, no, I left quick. Like I don't fuck them children. They're weird as shit now. Yeah.
I ain't ready to be no daddy.
But still, like you do like. As an adult who hangs out with other adults, I have not seen pure unadulterated joy in a long time. Like,
yeah, and
children, that shit'll happen occasionally. With
Every
adults,
day,
nah.
every day, I wake up to my girls who are just like, I'm happy to be alive.
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah, let's go. And it's nonstop. Like, okay, guess what's gonna happen next? What? This is gonna happen next? Are you kidding me? And then we're gonna do what? And then what? And it's just nonstop happiness.
Dinner? Are you kidding me?
And like, it's like, hey girls, so we need to clean up today. Like we told them before we left. Daddy's gonna come home. We're gonna get down the Christmas tree. We're gonna get down the Christmas tree. And like Maddie's like, the Christmas tree's coming down. And like, so Sally's gonna be coming soon. Sally's the name of the elf. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Sally could be coming soon. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. So Sally's gonna be coming soon. Oh my God!
The anxiety.
He's like, oh yeah. And it's just every day. Like every day you wake up and they're happy about something, and that's the best. And then when you throw the idea of Christmas magic on it, like, okay, then you got to wake up and you're gonna have a scavenger hunt for an elf. And then that elf's going to be watched. But you don't touch the elf, because if you touch the elf, guess what? Its Christmas magic is gone. So, like, then they just go up and they're like... and they're just staring at the fucking elf. And they're like, and like, last year, Kinsey went up and started talking to the elf. Like, she was like, the 4-year-old Kinsey was up there just like, so make sure you tell Santa that I want this. And we're just like sitting there just like watching her talk to
idiot.
This. What a kid.
I'm too much of a cynical bastard for that kind of shit.
Oh man, they melt you, dude. They melt your heart. Like I
would say I would be like, I'd be like, don't look at the elf. You'd lose Christmas magic, and then tell him you have to find the elf to make
so it's just walking around.
they're like, they can't touch it either, so they're just like, they can't figure out what to do.
They would look at reflections. My kids would find a way. They get in a mirror.
Yeah, the mirror. When walking on the ceiling.
Yeah.
It was funny because like when I was growing up, like, because I had like such a great like example from my parents of like what it is to be like in a marriage and like have like a family and stuff. So I was like for a long time like so excited, like, oh, someday I'm gonna get married and have like a family. And then I met my nephew, and I was like, holy shit, I do not want kids. Because like he still is. He's a little better now that he's like 7 or 8. But my God, he pissed me off all the goddamn time. He was just such an imp, just like grabbing everything and like never paying attention. But then my niece came along, and she was so sweet and funny, and like she would point at things and go, "Oh, what's that?" And we could talk about it. And I was like, "You're pretty cool." And so now I'm conflicted. It's like
that's the other thing too. You kind of have a dice roll. Like it's a crapshoot when you have a child. Like they could be off.
a lot of it is how you raise them. I won't get into that because it's about my niece and nephew. But obviously, yes. No matter what you do, there's going to be their natural.
Like they could have insane energy levels.
Yeah.
Or they could be relatively calm.
You just got to find a way to direct. I'm speaking theoretically. I'm not a parent. You got to find ways to direct that.
Yeah.
But like. Anyways, now with like them getting older, I can actually talk to them, and like my nephew being like, oh, that's when I show him something like, oh, that's really cool, and I'm like, yeah, it is really fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
Or like when they call me a ninja, I was like, yeah.
Really, I just want to be called a ninja. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
And those moments make me feel conflicted. It's like, well, I guess if I do get married, if my wife wants kids, why not?
We'll let her make the big decision of my life.
Well,
yeah. Like I feel that. Yeah.
But yeah, after this holiday, like. And after the past 6 months, knowing like what this is like in Chelsea's new job, absolutely zero. Like she had inklings like 2 years ago. It's like maybe we could have kids someday. Right now, zero. Never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely zero chance we'll ever have kids. Maybe we'll adopt it like when we're 40.
Yeah, when it's like all set up.
Yeah. But right now,
I want to get good enough in life so that I'm bored of it. and then I'll adopt
Exactly,
one. Like, I
exactly.
want to be like, this is too easy now. Like,
Yeah.
once I feel like that, where I'm like, life's easy. We got this.
Yeah.
Let's fuck it up a bit.
Yeah. Let's
Bump the difficulty
yeah.
up.
Let's
Like,
prestige.
yeah, but yeah, exactly.
Let's reset back to level 1.
Yeah, but like my shit's still too hard. Like I need to grind some more. Like it's rough.
That's
So,
funny. That's actually a
fuck it
pretty
up.
funny analogy. The idea of like resetting to 1, and every time you have a kid, it's like you're playing another game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got
that's
multiple games, and you don't prestige to get to level 18.
Yeah.
And 18, you
look
boot
at
them out
it
the
You keep
house.
some experience and weapons from the knowledge
Yes,
of having the first child.
exactly.
Yeah.
You carry a little bit over.
It's life's version of New Game Plus. pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah,
Every time
totally.
you do it.
It's like
Funny
a
shit.
strange semi-reincarnation.
Yeah.
You're guiding yourself
Yeah.
through life.
It's funny shit. You guys got anything else?
No, I think that's a good place to end it. That's
Cool.
a ran a long show.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey, Try Harder is coming up
For patrons.
For patrons, yep.
Yep, that's exciting. So, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Once again, please support our sponsors, and all you patrons, thank you very much for your support. And we look forward to the 11 days of Game Attack starting leading up to Christmas this year. It's going to be fun. So, guys, have a great week. We'll see you guys next Saturday, and of course, every Monday through Friday at 10:30 a.m. and 9 p.m. Central Time as we play video games with you guys. You guys have a great week. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Sam.
Word. Bye.